Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video, and welcome if you're new. If you are new here, my name is Diane. I make lifestyle and cleaning videos mostly. It has been a short while since I last posted. Things have been quite busy, all going well entering into this summer, as I hope your summers have been. Today we are going to be tackling getting these stairs redone. So these are the carpets that were originally on these stairs. I don't know if they're original to when the stairwell was built or if they're just what was there. But they are very thick and easily are tripped on when going up and down the stairs. We decided after just a few weeks, maybe in a month of living here, that we wanted to replace them. So Anthony did a bunch of footwork in finding the stairwell covers that I'm putting on here, and it probably took me a little bit once we bought them to actually get them on, but I am so glad that they are on. This footage is a couple months old. I did film it, I believe, shortly either before or after Easter. It's now middle of July. We are very happy that we did end up changing the carpets. The ones we selected are much thinner and more comfortable. We've had a few, so we've had a lot less tripping, and it's just been so much nicer going up and down the stairs, and they're so much easier to keep clean, let me tell you. Those thick carpets we had before, I had to carpet clean and carpet clean and carpet clean and vacuum like all the time just to keep them neat. But these ones are very easy to just go over really quick with my this vacuum I'm using right here, like the hand portion of it. This is part of a stick vacuum that, oh my goodness, I can't even think of the right words right now. The corner attachment that I'm using to clean with right now. So this is what it looks like after I vacuumed. It's much better, but some of these, notice on the bottom steps, it's almost non-existent, the glue strips, but on some of these steps, there's like 3 different kinds of glue. So there's this one that's kind of like a mesh carpet. I think it's like carpet tape. This, I have no idea. That's definitely gonna need like some Goo Gone or something to take that off. And then this one, you can hardly see it. It's completely clear, but it's like a clear something. I don't know how I'm gonna get that up. It's like a clear tape on this one. Yeah. To see about that. I can't even see it in the camera. Like, I can see it in person, but I can't even see it in the camera. So there's like 3 different types of glue that this stuff was put on with at different times. And it's our stair lights. I've got them unplugged right now. Whoop, went out of focus. Our stair lights unplugged right now, so that, okay, see if I can get, there it goes. So they don't flash on and off while I'm doing this. But yeah. So these upper steps I think are going to be a little more difficult. When I first started pulling the rugs off, I saw this and thought it was damaged. It's not. It's just like tape that needs to come up. But yeah, we have brand new stair carpets that we like a lot better than these. We're going to get these steps cleaned up, washed off, because I went over in the vacuum. You can still see where there's like dried on stuff I need to go over with like a all-purpose cleaner. I don't really want to use like my wood oil-based cleaner because I'm afraid the adhesive won't stick after you put oil down. So I'm just going to use a basic multi-surface cleaner and get all this pulled up. After I go over, I might have to go over some Goo Gone to get everything up and then clean it down, let it dry and set, and then put the new carpets down. So that's where we are so far. Take a quick break, get as much as I can done while the girls are sleeping. Let's keep going. So as it turned out, this was particularly hard to get up. That this first bit of tape was very easy, but the middle one that I was talking about, how the one that had looked like damage, oh my goodness, this took so much effort to get off. I have never had a DIY project frustrate me to the point where I just wanted to stop halfway through, but this came pretty close. Like, I had to persevere to push through this once this tape just was giving me such a headache. But I didn't want to put down the new stair covers without fully removing the previous tape so that it wouldn't peel right back up. The stair cover wouldn't peel right back up. Same idea of fully removing and preparing your nail before putting on a fresh coat of nail polish. Just clean, fresh start. But what was going on with this particular adhesive was it was very stretchy. So I would like get a little bit up and pull, and it would tear and just break. and it was so frustrating. I was just dousing it with a Goo Gone, trying to get the adhesiveness to let go, and it just wasn't going and wasn't going and wasn't going. So it was just coming off in tiny pieces. It was so difficult. And the technique you see me using here that I finally came up with, or I finally managed to get to work, was I got a little bit of the end up, and then instead of just pulling, I was very gently pushing it with the cloth. And the cloth was like doused in Goo Gone, so it just kind of pushed it along, slowly disadhering the adhesive. And it looks a lot faster here than it was actually in real time, because I sped this up. I think it's at 10 times fast right now. I know it's at least 8 times. I adjusted it a couple times, trying not to take too long. I didn't want anyone to lose interest, but I had over 3 hours of footage when I was done of doing the stairs start to finish, and it was just so much. So I cut a little bit out and I sped a lot of it up, so that I wanted to give you motivation, but I don't want to overwhelm you with boredom. But once it did get up, it was great. I had to go over with the vacuum a couple times and the cloth, just get all the little bits that had stuck on off, and just really clean it up as we went along. If this can be any sort of encouragement to you, this particular project, like I said, was very frustrating. It took a long time, but we have been so happy with the results. I was saying before, the clip cut before, that it's so much easier to keep clean now. It just takes a quick little up and down with the vacuum, whereas before with the previous carpets, it was a lot of cleaning with the hand carpet cleaner, and it just took a lot longer. And so this, I guess, would be an example of a lot of effort it wants to streamline the process of keeping this particular part of my house cleaner and easier to clean in the long run. And that is just so much nicer when you're just trying to get through a quick tidy up or a quick house clean. It is so nice to just be able to zip right through it and not have to set aside a large chunk of time to tackle a specific area in your house. So I'm so happy with the way it came out, even though it did take a lot of time. So I am curious to know, how are your summers starting off? Ours has been great so far. We've been enjoying the sunshine and fresh air, just getting out to the park whenever we can. It has been hot, I will say, and I personally do not mind the heat. I grew up with it between South Florida and Central America. I am used to high heat and relatively high humidity, although I will say I do find the humidity a lot harder to handle now than I did 15 years ago. So the days when it gets to be, the 80-90% humidity, that's when it's like, okay, it's an indoor day. But overall, I can take any 90s, 100, and it has gotten that high a few days. But overall, we've been really enjoying just being out in the sunshine, going to the park, splash pad, just being in the backyard. I got the kids some sidewalk chalk yesterday, and I swear it was the best $2 I've spent this summer. They have just spent hours on the back deck just drawing and redrawing pictures, and they're absolutely loving it. So I'm so glad with that. And to just see them outside and getting all that sunshine and fresh air, vitamin D. And I will say, this is my favorite season. I live for the summer, and I know it's not a popular one. Spring and fall are the ones I hear as people's favorites most often, but for me, I don't know if it's because I grew up with the heat or I just love the bright sunshine and the warmth, but summer is just the season I thrive in, the season I feel the happiest in. Maybe it's the vacationing aspect. Going to the beach has always been something I enjoy doing, and I'm very much looking forward to just continuing to enjoy the summer. I don't think we'll make it to the beach this year. Definitely next year. We're planning some beach fun. So I'm just gonna pause and show you guys what this looks like. This tape is horrendous. It just is falling apart with the Goo Gone, so I'm definitely not gonna use that the next time to take it off. This is such a mess. But I gotta go get myself cleaned up because both the girls are waking up from their naps. So we're going to put this on pause and come back to it a little bit. Such a mess. And let me know, down in the comments, what are your plans for this summer? Or if you live in the Maryland, DC, Virginia area, do you have any recommendations for fun things to do in the summer? I'd love to hear them. One thing that we are doing upcoming, probably in August, is we are planning a trip up to Hershey Park in Pennsylvania. It's so exciting. We haven't been there in quite a few years. I think Nina was like 7 or 8 the last time we went, and we did not have any of the other kids. It's been a while. So we are looking forward to going there and just spending a day with the kids in a fun family-friendly park. Just getting away for a weekend, and it should be so exciting. But we are looking for other things to do. We're not planning any big week-long vacations. Probably not until later on in the fall, just due to Anthony's work schedule and what's going on with his availability of how much time he can take off at once right now. But, if you do have any recommendations for just fun, overnight things to do, or just maybe a long weekend trip, we are looking to do some more fun things this summer with the children as they are getting bigger. I cannot believe Bruce is about to start kindergarten. Where did that time go? He was my baby, feels like just yesterday. I mean, he still is, of course, but my little baby. And now he's about to start kindergarten, and then next year Libby will be starting preschool, and oh my goodness, time is just flying. And if you're a mom or even a parent, you know what that's like. Time just flies when you're not looking with your littles. And Cassandra, oh my goodness, if you follow me on Instagram, you've been seeing, my posts about her, how she's crawling, she's using the walker, pulling up on things. Oh my goodness, she's just growing so fast. It just I feel like I had her yesterday, and she's already, pulling up to walk. It's just crazy how fast that time flies. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, click over there. My link is in the description below, and you can see more. I tend to keep that updated a little more frequently than YouTube, and if you're curious a little bit more in the family life, go keep an eye on that, and that will have all the more up-to-date stuff about the kids on it. So let me know. What are your plans for the summer? Any suggestions? I'd love to hear them. And here on the stairs, we are going through... I'm still finishing pulling up the tape. Sorry, I got a little carried away there and lost track of where it actually was in my house project. So I'm following up. So I've been basically going over, pulling up the tape, and then cleaning the steps with an all-purpose cleaner after I vacuum them. I was trying to knock out multiple steps at once and not have to go back over the stairs, but as it turned out, once they dried from being cleaned down, they were still rather sticky, and I had to go over them again with just some hot soapy water, as you'll see, and just really try to get all the gick and the goop and then the oil from the Goo Gone off the stairs so that the carpets would properly adhere to them. Because of all this to do with the adhesive tape, I'm so glad that the new stair carpets had their own self-adhesive, so I didn't have to go along putting down more carpet tape that would have to be a difficulty pulling up later. Now, I don't know, obviously I haven't tested taking to see how difficult these new stair covers would be to pull off. I just don't want to do that right now, but if we ever did have to replace them, I hope that they would not be as difficult as this was to get up. I definitely feel it is an improvement, and so happy that we did it.
I've got something on my mind. I bet you know what I'm thinking about. You know I can't stop loving you. Every time when you're looking at me, it feels like my heart is skipping a beat, yeah. You know I can't live without you. You make me crazy in a good way. So come on, baby, let's talk. Let's talk about love, like you and me all night. And let's talk about love and feeling alright. And let's talk about love. Yeah, baby, come and dance with me. You're everything I'll ever need. So let's talk about love. take you out tonight, kiss you in the moonlight. There is no place I'd rather be. Come on girl, we can take my car, drinking some beers in your favorite bar, yeah. You know I can't live without you. You make me crazy in that good way. So come on baby, let's talk about love. Like you and me all night, and let's talk about love. I'm feeling alright, and let's talk about love. Yeah baby, come and dance with me, everything you'll ever need. So let's talk about love. Let's talk about love.
And here we are at the best part of all, finally laying down the new carpets. I was so excited to finally get to this step and get these down. Now, they did take a bit of alignment and making sure that they were lined up correctly all around. I am very particular about that kind of thing, just it looking perfect. Now, I'm not the type of person to run and get a measuring tape or run and get a level. I generally will just holler at whoever's around and say, hey, does this look even to you? I mean, I know it would probably actually ease my mind a little bit more, but I'm just too impatient, I suppose, to do that, but I do want it to look right. So you will see me laying and relaying a few of these, and it all worked out in the end. Now here for the corner stairs, I did just end up using my pinking shears to shape the carpets for the corners. I went back and forth about a few different ways I could do this. I thought about like just using like a box cutter or a knife, like a craft knife to like cut across, but I didn't want to cut into the wood. And in the end, I opted for pinking shears as opposed to regular scissors, just because they have a bit of a jagged end. So the fabric, when you cut fabric with them, it doesn't fray. And so obviously that was my goal with this, so the carpets wouldn't fray. And with how well they like meshed up against the side of the stair, the side of the stairs, you can't even tell that they're a jagged cut. Like it doesn't even look like it's been cut. It just, well, I mean, it looks like it's been cut, but I mean, it doesn't look uneven or anything like that. So I was very happy with the way that turned out. Again, also with no measuring. So I just eyeballed it, and I think it came out really well in the end, and we've been really happy with it.
I've got something on my mind. I bet you know what I'm thinking about. I've got something on my mind. Let's talk about love. Like you and me all night, and let's talk about love. I'm feeling alright, and let's talk about love. Yeah, baby, come and dance with me, with everything you'll ever need. So let's talk about love. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about love.
The great yellow sun is reflecting in your deep blue eyes. The day has begun. You spin around, you spin around.
Thank you all so much for watching and joining me today. I hope to see you again very soon. If you're not subscribed and you'd like to see more of this kind of content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!